So I kind of promised myself I would never make a video like this, but due to recent events and the stuff that's been happening for the past few days, I kind of have to. I hurt a lot of people, and they refused to speak to me because I refused to acknowledge what was truly going on with me, and I took it out on them. And they were some of the best friends that I've ever had. I don't mean to sound selfish or talk about myself. I never wanted to put myself first. I always focused on them more so because I always kind of pushed myself aside. I always have good intentions behind what I do. It's just sometimes when I go to execute them, they don't always end well. I won't name names, but I am going to say some things to clear the air. Um, they think I wasn't a good friend to them and that I lied and I called them names behind their back, which I never did. I never lied. I never called anyone anything behind their back. I never meant to hurt anyone. I didn't want to come out with this story online. I wanted to speak with one specific person first before I came out with this story, because none of them even know the story behind kind of why I'm sort of feeling the way I am right now. Basically, throughout elementary and middle school, I was bullied in every way possible. I was physically beat up. Things were stolen from me. My cell phone, my iPod, I was physically beat up. I still have a scar on my eye from it. And I only had one friend through all of it. She helped me through so many things, and I didn't mean to cry. And then high school came along, and then she went to a different school. And I was all alone for a little while until I came across some people who I thought were once my friends. Which I hope they're watching this. Click away right now because they were not the right people. They were very, very bad to me. But skip forward 2 years. I was alone. And I had no one. One of the rooms in my very own house, I put a pillow to my face several times, but for some reason, I never could do it. Something stopped me. And for whatever reason, I was grateful after that because I joined theater. And theater, this is why I love theater so much. Most of my viewers don't know any of this information. But theater saved my life that year. I originally joined just to get an A in my class, but I found something. I found purpose, and I found a whole bunch of friends that I never knew I could find. But I was never truly open and honest with them. But skip forward 2 years from there, it was my first semester of college. I had met some good friends, some very good friends, and I didn't know at the time that they would be some of the best friends that I had ever had or that I'd always wanted. They were good to me. They listened to me. They listened to my stories. I never meant to hurt them in any way. And I was actually completely honest with them about who I was. I never told them I could be myself around them. I They don't know this, but I was actually my true self around them. Not fully, but I was only my full true self with my own boyfriend. But them, it was a whole nother level of friendship that I had never experienced before in my whole life. For the first time, I had found a group of friends that actually cared about me and cared about what happened to me, and it was the best thing that could ever happen to me. And I'm not gonna name names, but one of them, I stayed up all night when she was crying. Well, I tried to. I actually fell asleep, if I'm trying to be truly honest, when her boyfriend broke up with her, or when a boy was kind of off doing his own thing and he confused her. I sat with her and I talked with her. I listened to her. Or the boy, for example. I listened to him when he wanted help with her. And I gave him some pretty darn decent advice. Or one specific girl, she was my best friend out of all of them. I listened to her with her home problems. I hung out with her. We had some of the best times hanging out in front of my house, just listening to music, really, and just hanging out or whatever. And she was my best friend out of all of them. And Christine, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but I'm going to admit it. She was the more of a best friend that I've ever had. And it hurt me so much. She said to me, my friend. And it hurt so much. Actually, whoops, I just named someone. Sorry, but I'm not gonna. Anyway, on to a different person because I just named that person. So I'm gonna have to not talk about them. Let's see. But enough about me being there for them. They were there for me in some of my tough times when I had some home issues or when I had something really stupid to complain about or listen to me and I was actually honest with them about some of my mental issues. And eventually something big came up that hurt me a lot because I had never done well with it before in my past, but I was willing to try because I cared about that person a lot and they helped talk me through it and helped me to be okay with it. And I learned some things about myself that I never thought I could learn. But recently things came up where they kind of sort of ganged up on me and told me a lot of things that I did wrong, which I tried to apologize for. They believe I didn't apologize, but I did. And I even, in the previous video before this, I even made a video, a slideshow of all the pictures of everything fun that we ever did together, some of the best memories I've ever had. Like, they gave me a reason to get up, pretty much. Like, they were the reasons why I went to the game room, why I started a vlog, in fact. They're the ones who actually pushed me to do it, because I've been wanting to do one for, well, almost 2 years since, yeah, since I've had my channel for almost 3 years this summer. So, yeah, so 2 years, actually, as of, like, in a couple of days, 2 years, like, 2 years since I've wanted to do a vlog on my channel, and they were the ones that actually pushed me to do it. They don't know that either. And now they don't want anything to do with me. But they don't know that they were the reasons why I came to the game room every day. Why didn't I go back into old habits? And I'm kind of doing that right now. And my parents are kind of hating me for it. Not hating, but they're yelling at me for it. They want me to get out of my bed and get a job, but I just don't have the motivation to do it anymore because I don't want to. I don't have the motivation to. Well, there's a slight motivation thinking about it, and I don't really have a reason to go to the game room anymore. Like, there's one reason, but just they were the big bulk of it. But because of them, after what happened, I'm not even thinking about going to school anymore. Parents keep pushing me to sign up for classes, but I don't want to. Because that means I'll have to go see them, and they don't want to talk to me or see me after what happened. And I don't really blame them because I took a lot of things out on them that I really shouldn't have. I even wrote them a thing on my phone, and some of it, including if they're watching, um, um, this is gonna probably hurt someone that I really, really care about because I kind of did a lot of stuff, but because of everything that's happening to me, they know specifically exactly what's been going on. And basically, here's what I wanted to say to them, but I don't think they want to talk to me, so I'll have to say it on here. This was going to be basically like my apology letter to them. I was going to show up to school with like a giant cake and everything and say this to them, and the video was supposed to help that too, but basically this is what I was going to say to them. I'm sorry, I lost track of myself, and I don't really know where my home is anymore. And I wasn't afraid of the distance. I was afraid of what would happen to me or what I would do without him because of the distance. And I took it out on everyone. And I'm sorry. I got lost, and I took my frustration out on everyone. I couldn't take responsibility for my own actions because I didn't know what was going on with me, and that's why I didn't listen. I had so much going on, I couldn't figure it out. It took 4 days of lying around to figure it out. And then by lying around, I meant like lying around in bed, literally doing nothing, which is actually what I'm doing kind of like right now, and trying to figure it out. I guess I just needed time for myself to see that because I was so focused on everything else that I forgot about myself. And that's why I got lost because I didn't know what was going on. And I took it out on you guys, and that was wrong of me. And I'm sorry. I had my mind focused on one thing, the future, and that's where I got lost. So lost that I forgot what I had right in front of me. Also, I lost where home was. It was right in front of me with an amazing boyfriend and some of the best friends that I've ever had, and they all love me for who I am, and I lost track of that, and I'm sorry. And I realized how important you guys were to me, but you guys were my home. You guys were my family, and I've lost that. And I don't know what to do anymore. It took me 4 days to come up with that. It didn't hit me until today. The words just literally came to me because I was just lying around just thinking about it. And what kind of like inspired me was like watching a whole bunch of old Disney shows that and characters that I kind of identified with and what they went through, their personal struggles. I know they were just characters, but they kind of went through kind of similar things, and it helped me realize what was really going on with me. And I realize it's too late that I realize that now. And I'm sorry for that. And I hope they see this video and realize that not just, I am trying to think of how I can phrase this. Everyone was hurt. Everyone was hurt in this process. And things could have gone better. The way it all went down was not right. And I apologize for that. The way I reacted was wrong. I should have self reflected and apologized. And I didn't do that because I don't often think before I speak. I took one person's side of the story and I didn't listen to anyone else because sometimes I do that when I'm emotionally distressed, and I really, really hate using the word emotional. But that's kind of how I was. And I took it out on everyone. And I'm sorry.